a desplazarse.
That night 5 years ago, we destroyed what for many was a symbol of hope. For a reason they'll never know. We cannot blame them for thinking us the cause of their misery. Though it's to give them a better tomorrow, they see only that we've made their lives harder today. Yet the boil must be lanced if it is to heal.
I can't help but wonder if we've made the right choice.
When Sid said that he wanted to create a world where we were free. Free to choose our own path. I honestly don't think it mattered to him if that choice was right or wrong. Only that it was our own.
I miss him.
A world where we can live and die as equals. That's what he wanted. What we want. And that's why I bear his name. It's why we've all chosen to bear his legacy. And I'm not going to let anything stand in our way.
Rides over, lovebirds, home sweet home.
Un nuevo hogar.
Otto was asking after you. Let's go and see him.
Esto sí que ha cambiado, ¿no?
Never a dull moment.
Welcome back, Sid. Finish with that lance. Look, it's Sid.
Uy. Las misiones de caza tiene pinta, ¿eh?
There you are, Clive. Word of your adventures arrived this morning. Victor sends his thanks.
I doubt Kupka will miss the fools he sent to catch me. Not a single one of the bearers we saved showed any interest in coming with us. No one seems keen to join hands with an outlaw. Any news while we were away?
None worth mentioning. Gav's still off keeping an eye on the Republican army. Should be back any day now.
Understood. If anyone needs me, I'll be in the map room.
Still can't work that one out. There must be better places than the hull of a gutted airship to bury your nose in a book.
Yet this is where she's chosen to be. And I'm sure she has her reasons.
Todo su tiempo.
I trust I'm not intruding.
Back from your mission? I'm beginning to think your habit of surviving cannot be attributed to luck alone.
One might say the same of you, Vivian Ninetails.
I'll have you know that only 4 attempts have been made on my life, and none was especially memorable. So, to what do I owe the honor? Could it be that you've come for one of my lessons?
Is that so hard to believe?
Very well then. Shall we start with the state of the realm? To absolutely no one's surprise, she finds herself at the mercy of armies and outlaws. Well, mostly armies. Though that's not for want of trying, is it, Clive? But the real question is, how did we get here? Long though Sambrek's dominion over northeastern storm has endured, recent days have seen the blight wrest ever more land from her grasp. For which reason she has continued to wage war on her rival across the strait, hoping to claim less blackened pastures. But Odin would sooner pawn his sword than Waloed relinquish Ash. And the Empire pays dearly for every blade of grass bent beneath Sambrequois boots. Little wonder then that Sylvester set his sights on the crystalline dominion, an altogether easier target, possessed of no less ether. It was 5 years ago, while you were busying yourself with the destruction of Drake's head, that the Empire made its move, subjugating its theretofore neutral neighbor. A nation which could legitimately claim to be the center of the world.
O sea, básicamente son las más
There is
potentes.
no better place to stage an army.
Efectivamente.
From there, the Holy Empire's reach spans the Twins. The non-aggression treaty was the only thing keeping them in check. But if they truly broke the pact without provocation, it is only a matter of time before others reply in kind. The Holy Empire, the Dalmekian Republic, the Kingdom of Waloed, and of course, our friends in Yara. Who will be left standing, I wonder, when the last drop of blood is spilled?
You were born in Twinside. Do you not fear for your home?
Oh, dark clouds are wont to gather over the Dominion. Yet in spite of it all, she has ever endured. And when the storm has passed, I am confident she will remain. Now, as to the matter of payment for today's lesson, complete a simple errand for me and we shall consider ourselves even.
Even. Right.
Return this volume to old tomes in the shelves. Tell him it was adequate.
I suppose it wouldn't hurt to visit our resident historian.
O sea, Vivian, ¿qué es?
Here for another of my lectures. My beloved homeland. Or at least, it was. I admit, a far more reputable fellowship. One would think.
Vale, es profesor de historia.
What is it that you wish to learn?
A
Here's the
ver.
latest information I have.
Hostia. Todavía no tenían relación. Esto y esto era desconocido. Y yo quiero saber si actualmente son pareja o no. Este lo busca. Y no hay nada del...
Of course.
No, esto no quería. Quería este.
Study it well, Clive.
Uy, esto es mucho chapa,
Thus
Pero bueno,
ends
está bien para
today's
repasar.
lesson.
Y ahora supongo que iremos aquí para investigar más cositas. Pues está guay, la nueva guarida. Este es el monolito.
Does that one have blood on it?
Uy, sigue viva.
Is it business or pleasure? I remember it like it was yesterday. You're our leader now, Clive. We won't hear me complaining.
Yo pensaba que este había palmado y que la otra iba a ser la hija o algo así.
Still. Go on then.
Esos son caros de cojones, no.
Come again. Or don't. I'm not much
Have we
bothered,
any
are
more-
they?
A ver.
Clive? You forgot, because I haven't. Still. Thinks you ain't too bad. Nah. What's that
A ver.
for you, dear?
Pues la construimos y el equipo.
And?
Ahora voy ahí, pero quiero ver qué es esto de colección. Estos van a ser cosas así. Qué bonito. Va, me mola. Pues... Muy bien, he controlado la gran mayoría de cosas y sé dónde está Apócrates, que es el que le doy la información para tener todo al día, pero el de la lista de misiones, porque haya desaparecido tan rápido me extraña.
Lawsman Harpocrates.
Now that is a name I have not heard for a long time. So long, in fact, I had half forgotten it was mine. Welcome home, Clive. You were missed, as always.
I believe this belongs to you. Vivian asked me to return it.
Ready? Our resident scholar devours books faster than young Tet does lemon tarts. Would that I could do the same. But alas, I no longer possess the necessary constitution for such indulgence, either in words or tarts. That said, I have continued my search for mention of the creature you encountered at Drake's Head. But without access to the great libraries of Oriflamme or the Dominion, I regret that I have been able to find little and less. I am sorry.
Please, don't apologize. I'll send word to our associates. See if they can't furnish you with more books.
I fear it is not more books that I require, but the right ones. Mayhap we look in the wrong places. There are still libraries to the north.
I'll see what I can do.
You are too kind. There are not many in this world who would indulge the whims of a tired old historian.
A ver qué pasa.
Decide to go filching Kubo nuts, though. Always got a pocket for him. Nicks him off the Moogle.
Hush now. We all know there's no such thing as Moogles.
¿Y por qué? Vamos, como que no hay ninguno. Que no existen. Y el de la gorila solamente lo puedo ver yo.
Aye. Yet they laugh far too little for one so young. The loss of their parents weighs heavy on them, however well they hide it. Titan took much from us that night, from some more than others, and the wounds that remain, they are not quick to heal.
Which is why we must give them all the time they need.
That we must. Just as I must give you the time you need to recuperate. Good day, Clive.
Good day. Gav will be back soon. I should get some rest while I can.
Pero tú, vaya por Dios, me he adelantado. Como de costumbre.
Not back a blink and you're already off solving everyone's problems. It looks good, Clive. Goes well with the scowl.
Sí, se me quitó la marca, ¿no? Sí.
I'd forgotten what life was like without it. What it was like to be myself. And it's all thanks to you, Talia.
The scalpel did most of the work. Ah, before I forget, a rider was here with a letter from Gav. Otto left it on your desk.
Not a stoneless. All right. I'll have a look.
And then you get some rest.
What could Gav have thought worthy of a letter?
Durante el transcurso de tu aventura recibirás varias cartas de tus aliados. Algunas pueden activar ciertas misiones, así que no olvides leerlas. Ay, míralo con la cicatriz de la cara.
What does Gav have to say?
The Republican army is on the march, leaving Randalar in Hugo Kupka's charge. With him and his men occupied with the defense of the capital, they're less likely to trouble us.
Good news, then.
It's more than that. This is our chance, the one we've been waiting for.
But look how far we've come. All that we have here, our friends, the hideaway, are they not cause for joy?
5 years. 5 long years. If I could only command this power I've been granted, you might have achieved so much more. Each time I reach for it, it's like something is holding me back.
Summoning an icon exacts a price not easily paid. Your body knows this only too well. It's merely trying to save you from yourself.
And every burden I cannot bear falls to you.
This mission of ours has made me question everything I thought I knew. But one thing has become abundantly clear. The crystals take more than they give. In exchange for momentary comfort, we must endure a lifetime of pain, war after war, loss upon loss. And now they rob us of our very homes, leaving naught but dust and ash. But you're trying to change that. We're trying to change that. And to me, That's no burden.
I know, but
Try not to forget. We're only here because Joshua gave us a second chance. It would be a pity to waste such a precious gift.
he did. He was there. It wasn't an illusion. I heard him call out to Ultima. If Joshua is still alive, he'll be looking for that thing.
Do you think he will ever come back?
I know he will. And we must be ready when he does. To a world without mother crystals. To Sid.
La nueva misión.
And so the North is lost.
I knew that the Blight spread ever more swiftly, Your Grace. But this is far, far worse than any could have imagined.
It is only a matter of time before the twins are no more.
Qué guapo está su traje, tío.
The world marches ever closer to its end, and here we chase shadows. Tell me, brother, are our efforts in vain?
Master Clive, a moment, if you... my apologies, I didn't mean to intrude.
Not at all. We were just discussing strategy.
Speak freely, Otto.
It's Martha, from the inn. She's gone missing. Anyway, I'll be in the mess when you've finished.
Very well. What would make Martha leave the rest?
Habla con Otto. Pero de verdad que no, pues de verdad no está, no sé.
What do we know, Otto?
Some lads from the Imperial garrison in Rosaria started a fight over at Martha's Rest. Blood was spilled, bones were broken. The usual. But somewhere in the middle of it all, Martha vanished without a word to anyone. And that ain't like her, Clive. Something's not right.
You think this was planned?
Of course it bloody was. Ever since Eastport, the Empire's been tightening its grip around the Duchy's balls. They've strung up everyone who's ever set eyes on a runaway, claiming they're traitors to the Holy Throne, conspiring to restore the House of Rosfield to power. And now it sounds like the bastards have turned their attentions to the pallbearers weak enough to stay put. Naturally, old Martha could see the way the wind was blowing, complained that it was getting harder and harder to take bearers in.
And now she's missing. If she's fallen into the hands of the Empire, we could be next.
couple of curse breakers are already on their way to the inn. They should help speed up the search. But if this is as bad as I think it is, you might end up having to save their asses and all.
Don't worry, Otto. I'll make sure everyone gets home safe.
Vamos a ver qué quiere. Sí, tengo que bajar. ¿Puedo tirar? Joder, tengo que bajar en el ascensor. Yo buscaba una manera que yo me capito. Soy Ifrit, soy Lamo, soy Garuda.
Welcome back, Sid.
Damn blighted bilge. Is everything all right?
Aside from the holes in my hull, everything's roses.
The lake water doesn't agree with it, then?
That's one way of putting it. And unless you got some grand scheme to suck the black from the lake like we do in the atrium, that slurry'll keep eating away at the timber like young Tech does our lemon tarts. Suppose a coat of pitch might stave off the rot for a moon or so, assuming we had any pitch, which we don't. Bloody law. Doubt the old tub's got more than a dozen runs left in him.
Ahora me dan otro tipo de recompensa.
Soberless. Your skiff is our only means of reaching the mainland. Without it, we'd be lost.
Well, I'm glad someone round here sees it that way. To make pitch, you need pitch trees. And in case you haven't noticed, live trees are one of the 1,000 things sorely lacking in the Deadlands. Now, I'm not so unkind as to ask you to fell a faraway forest and lug the logs back here to the mere, which is why we'll be needing a suitable alternative. And it just so happens I once heard the thorny pitchers of Curltail Falls cover themselves in a sticky wax to trap birds and beetles and whatnot. Might be enough to tide me over.
Sounds easier than felling a faraway forest. That's for certain.
Vale, y para eso tengo que ir a dónde. Vamos allá. ¿Venimos todos? Sí.
Easier than felling a forest, I said.
Nivel 24 y soy 25. Venga, fuera. Easy.
I can't imagine Obelisk needing any more than this.
Ninguna más tiene... No, solo esta. Joder, podría sacarme abajo.
Finish with that log, so back, Sid.
Toma.
Well, did you find me some wax?
Find is one way of putting it.
Ugh. Reeks like a chocobo's arse. I don't suppose the Argo will mind as long as he stays above the waves.
Argo. So your boat has a name. I didn't know.
Yeah. Same as my old man. He was a ferryman himself back before the blight came. The boat's all I have left of him. And thanks to you, he'll sail another day.
Vale. Pues si no hay nada más. Sí, voy a hacerme aquí.
What happened here?
Come on. We need to find the others.
We are for now, I reckon.
Y... no, aquí no quiero. El poder del amo. Sí, vamos a mirar esto. Pues estoy bien. Bueno, ¿qué? Bueno, ¿qué? Pero esto como he dicho que... Sí, ya me he enterado. Va puta mierda. Yo dije que se iba a liar. Yo dije que este año se estaba liando y se ha liado. Fin. Una vez más tenía yo razón.
Sid? What said you'd be coming?
I trust you don't mind. Also thought you might need some help. And it appears he was right.
You, could say that, yes. They're saying the Imperials ascended like a storm. No one was spared their fury. Martha tried to step in and calm things down, but all her efforts got her were a pair of iron shackles and a hard march.
Any idea where?
Judging by their tracks, they headed towards Sorrowwise Bay.
To the Abbey sheltering Martha's bearers.
The bastards. Jill and I will go after them. You take care of the people here.
We will. But, before you go, one of the locals heard something. He said the soldiers were talking about the culling. I don't know how big this is, but it doesn't sound good. Be careful out there, Sid.
You do the same.
Priorizar misión. No pensaba que fuese, sinceramente. A otro juego sé que sí. Porque el resto da igual. Pero este que te interesaba me sorprende verte aquí.
Cole is right. That was no tavern brawl. It was a message.
But a culling. Bearers are the property of the Empire.
Bueno, ¿para qué? Si tengo todo lo que quiero.
The orders would have had to have come from higher up. Eh?
Oye, igual me equivoco, ¿no es aquí donde estaba...? Sí. El cronolito de Hyperion. Me lo explicarán más adelante, supongo. Desde aquí no puedo ir, ¿no? Directamente ahí, no. ¿Y cuánto me queda para subir de nivel? Equipo, esto sí que me interesa cambiar. Son nivel 19. Pensaba que iban a subir, pero no. No me van a dar experiencia, así que paso a combatir.
Look, up ahead. Arthur, are you hurt?
Don't worry about me. It's them at the Abbey who need you. You have to do something. Tell us what happened. What happened? The damn Black Shields, that's what happened. The Black Shields? The bastards caught wind. The Abbot and I were helping bearers. They were gonna hang us both. When the sick rose from their beds, poor souls turned on the Imperials. Distracted them long enough for me to get away.
Then they may still be alive. Martha, do you think you can make it back to the inn? Cole is there with the other curse breakers.
I think so. Thank you, Clive.
Black Shields. Is this some sort of twisted joke? There has only ever been one Order of Shields in Rosaria. They fought to defend all her citizens.
Seems a step too far, even for the Empire.
¿Cuánto me dan? Bueno, dan experiencia. Bien, normalito. El Electro me esperaba que fuese un rayo cayendo.
Are we too late?
There might still be someone inside.
No tiene pinta.
No.
Damn it.
I thought you lot were all spent.
Murderers. They drove the bearers to this.
Wait. These two aren't turned. That bitch of an innkeeper must have sent them.
Siempre te los acaba.
With the enemies of the Empire is a serious offense.
And for their crimes shall they be punished. Such is the law. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these our swords we swear.
How dare you speak those words? Have you no honor?
Clive.
This won't take long.
Beep 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 beep. Y se acabó.
Is that all of them?
I think so.
Misión cumplida.
I didn't see the abbot. He may still be alive.
Estar aquí dentro, Amara, está escondiéndose. Muy vivo no está.
The abbot.
The bearers died protecting him. Calling upon what little magic they had left in their bodies.
Clive. He's breathing.
¿Cómo?
We're friends of Martha. We're here to help.
Are the Imperials dead?
They are. Every last one.
If only that were true. The Black Shields will return. The cuttings will continue. Rosaria will never be safe unless we save her. Tell Mother to beg his name and tell her this wasn't her fault.
I shall.
Where are you?
In here! We found a survivor!
Clive.
Ha muerto.
He's gone.
We've laid the abbot to rest. The bearers. He didn't need to die like this.
No, they didn't. But it was their choice. They knew the fate that awaited them and chose to meet it on their terms, fighting for those who fought for them.
Arthur said they rose from their beds, threw themselves at the Imperials so she and the abbot could escape.
I've gathered the bearers' remains. We should consign them to the tide.
There's a drawbridge not far from here. Riddick's jump. The currents there are swift. If the abbot were still with us, he'd have taken the dust there himself and performed the casting. I'll get someone to...
I'll do it.
Of course. Cole and I will remain here and see to the Imperials.
Pues vamos allá. ¿Tú me estás contando en serio que no puedes ir por el puto agua? Que encima ni siquiera cubre, que estoy viendo las rocas. ¿Y este bicho? Animan Crash C. ¿Qué cojones es esto? Ah,
Do you think it's spotted us, Bogle? What am I saying? Of course it has. It's a 39 ball. Over here!
perfecto. Puedo con él, puedo con él. Perfecto. Y le tiramos al suelo. Perfecto. Escoria derrotada.
You didn't see that coming.
Mucho que por esto no lo he visto venir. Qué cabrón. Pues esto habrá que ver. Yo pensaba que me iban a ir dando. Igual tenía que ir yo a X vocación y derrotarlo por lo que había visto, pero si los tenemos que buscar, pues seguramente se lo haga yo off cámara porque será para el platino.
So shall the waters cleanse thee of thy burden, and bear it out to sea.
And now they are truly free.
Perhaps. What of the Imperials?
The pyre was made. It's more than they deserve. We should go back. Cole is worried about Martha.
All right.
Voy a coger este objeto y voy a hacer el viaje rápido.
best off staying where we are for now, I reckon.
No one survived then?
I'm sorry. Before he passed, one of them bade me tell you not to blame yourself.
Doesn't mean I won't. Doesn't mean their blood's not on my hands. Cole said you cast their remains. That was good of you. But it should have been me. This was all my fault.
How? You couldn't have known.
But I did. And I turned a deaf ear to the warnings like the fool I am. The rumours started moons ago. Of black-clad devils descending on villages in the dead of night to slit the throats of sleeping bearers. I assumed it was all just nonsense concocted by the Empire. Nothing but a ghost story meant to make folk think twice about lending a hand to a fugitive bearer.
And in ordinary times you would have been right. What these Black Shields are doing is unthinkable. Which begs the question, why do it at all? My mother obviously has a hand in this. I cannot make sense of her actions.
And picking what goes on in that woman's head is a job for someone with more time on their hands. Right now, I need swords and men to wield them, preferably big ones. If those Imperials think they can come in here again and threaten my people, they're in for a rude awakening. Oh, before I forget, a Stolas from Otto landed just before you arrived. He asked me to tell you that Gav has returned.
Then we must as well. Will you be all right here, Martha?
We can stay longer if you wish. No need. I'll be ready should the Imperials come calling. Though I wouldn't turn my nose up if you were to lend me a pair of them strapping young curse breakers.
Misión cumplida. Hay una nueva misión disponible cerca. Uy, y tiene un símbolo distinto, no es como los de ahora. A ver.
You're not to move.
Oi! You handy with that sword of yours? Of course you are. Bet you're a bloody marvel with the thing. Now, question is, are you willing to use it or not? Because a flock of noble chocobos are in need of help.
Chocobos?
You heard me right. Wild birds? Hmm? The big ones? And not just any chocobos at that. Whiteheart and her flock are the bravest birds you ever did see. They protect travellers round these parts from bandits and the like.
Chocobos? Fighting bandits?
It's true. Why, they saved me from a gang of footpads only yesterday. Nasty lot they were too. And now, they're back, looking to settle the score. Oh, go on then. Don't just stand there. Go and help them.
All right.
There's a good lad.
Aun si una puta marca me dan por culo.
These chocobos.
I saw him cut across the way over yonder. The rotten scoundrels were driving the poor things towards the old dock. It's a dead end, that is. You save Whiteheart and her flock, you hear me? There ain't a pluckier bird in all the world. She's a hero to us locals. And don't worry, you'll know her when you see her right enough.
I'm sure I will.
And good luck to you. And give those no-good bastards a hiding from me.
Está aquí al lado.
Whiteheart. That's quite a name for a chocobo.
Pues... Me voy a comentar al decir que volvamos Ahí iba a decir, ese no será por una casualidad, pero no, no lo es. No, no lo es. Derrotar a los escorpiones. Ah, no.
The white feather. I thought Ambrosia was one of a kind. Speaking of brave birds. Looks like they went that way.
Quiero tener más barras. Voy a esperar, creo que voy a pasar lo siguiente que conviene. Ahí está. Ah, por respondido.
You cornered, Feathers. You didn't think you'd seen the last of us, did you? You've been bad for business. But I reckon someone will pay good coin to mount your head on their wall.
Not around here, they won't.
Oh. And why's that, eh?
Because she's something of a hero in these parts. You hurt her, and I hurt you.
Lo van a pagar caro igualmente.
Piss off. Or better still, how about we hurt you both?
All right then. But don't say I didn't warn you.
Matamos estos dos así. Hacemos así. Pues igual no está tan mal sus habilidades, una vez aprendes a utilizarlas un poquito. Para explotar 50 árboles heréticos de justicia hacia... Anda. Easy.
You're safe now. White Heart, I presume. Do you know her, boy? That scar.
Hostia, que es ella. Bueno, bueno.
Ambrosia. It is you. You survived.
Hostia, pues ha subido tiempo, 18 años. 18 años.
You found yourself a flock.
Oi! over? I thought I'd come and see how you were getting on. Oh, well, you sorted the bastards then. I knew you would. And the whole flock made it through unscathed.
Thankfully they did. And not only that.
Les voy a contar que es mi chocobo, ¿no?
Well, I'll be. I never stopped to think our hero here might once have been someone's mound. Though I dare say she'd suit a fine fellow like yourself. Reckon our feathered friend must have learned a thing or two from her master. Kind-hearted warrior that you are. A bird like her would have cost a princely sum. You born a lord or something?
Well,
Oh, no, sorry. I didn't mean to pry. No matter who you are, you done right by me.
what is it, girl?
She wants her master back, I reckon. Told you. And it seems our pals agree.
Is that it? You want to come with me?
Well, bugger me if this ain't a heartwarming sight. Lads down the stables will be hearing about this
Está
tonight.
bonito esto.
Oh, stay right where you are.
Le va a dar la montura. Pues hemos desbloqueado el chocobo, creo. Ay, que voy con el parche.
Doesn't she cut an handsome figure, eh?
She does indeed. How much do I owe you?
A few scraps of leather's the very least I owe old Whiteheart. Oh, I'll be sad to see her go, of course. But she's earned her right to happiness and more besides. Don't you worry. We'll get along just fine without her. You hear that, Whiteheart? You've earned yourself some time off. You have fun traveling with your master now. You seem awful familiar now I get a proper look at you. That's it. When those chocobos swarmed my cart on the road, didn't you? No. That can't be right. That fellow was a bearer.
Must have been my double.
Oh, must have been, eh? Oh, that'll be the excitement getting to me. Silly sod that I am. Pay me no mind. Anyhow, best be on my way. Good luck to the both of you.
You take care of your flock for now. I'll call you when I need you.
Ahora la necesitamos. Qué guay esto. Y sube de nivel 26. Ahora puedes montar en Ambrosio. A ver. Qué bonito esto, tío. Me flipa, me flipa. Pues quiero acercarme aquí. A ver si puedo. Nos pega. Uy. No, tengo que venir aquí.
Ambrosia won't help me here.
Es por aquí recto, ¿no? Sí. Ahí está.
Ready, go? Fly, Ambrosia. You deserve a rest.
Me da a mí que no voy a poder hacer nada todavía. No, todavía nada. Y no hay ninguna misión secundaria, así que volvemos a la guarida.
Where's Gav?
I hear there's trouble.
Vamos a ver con Gav, a ver qué me dice.
Ah, Clive! Oh, I've missed that scowl.
Where's my report?
What, no kind words for your old pal Gav?
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
So, you remember how quick the Empire was to occupy the Dominion after the fall of Drake's head? And how pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first?
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
Well, the two nations beat their shields. The rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor. They'll never see us coming. It's time we moved on the mother crystals.
Se vamos a ir uno por uno destruyéndolos.
4 mother crystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dhalmekia. Drake's Spine in Waloed. And Drake's Tail here in the Crystalline Dominion.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kuko would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught us, is that he loves his traps. There is one place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Drake's Breath.
There's a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle, Byron Rossfield.
Lord Byron Rosfield of the Seven High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities. Wait.
¿Y sigue vivo?
Rosfield. And you're a Rosfield, of course.
Y sí, en 5 o 6 años nos has dicho.
Start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune, along with a handsome fleet of ships.
Well, it's settled then. What are we waiting for, eh? Huh?
La lista de misiones, el tablón de anuncios. A ver. Lista de misiones. Bueno.
What are we waiting for, indeed?
Madre, aquí cuántas cosas de repente, ¿no? Pues a empezar a mirar cosas.
Okay, yeah. What's that for you, dear? That it?
Pues ahora... a ver. Me quedan 10 minutos, a ver cuánto tardo en hacer esto.
Won't be long now, Martel. See, I was hoping to speak to you.
Is everything all right?
Oh, yeah, it's just, well, as you know, we've been trying to grow fruit down here.
It's good to know that something of the old hideaway still lives on.
Martel's pride and joy. It was a sapling when she rescued it from the rubble, but look at it now. All our hard work's finally paying off. I took it on, you see, after she died, and now the fruit's finally ready to eat. And not only is it ready, it's actually tasty. Sweet as you like, in fact. She bred the bitter right out of it.
Impressive. And welcome news to more than a few, I'd say.
I thought this first harvest could go to the curse breakers, on account of all they do for the hideaway. You couldn't take them some, could you? Seems better them coming from you.
Sí.
It'll be nice being the bearer of good news for a change.
Oh, thank you. She always had a soft spot for that lot, see? And once they've had their share, I'll see to it that everyone else gets some. Here you go. Martel apples, they're called, in honor of her memory. You hear that, Martel? Today's finally the day.
Did you come through the forge today?
A ver, espérate que todavía no me acostumbro a la nueva guarida. No, para atrás. Vamos a aprovechar a mirar la carta ya que estamos. ¿Por qué me escribe? Nunca voy a entender eso de por qué me escribe una carta literalmente cuando me lo puede decir en persona. Cuando literalmente se supone que me acompañó.
That room's as ragged as...
You two look like you could use something to eat. Here, courtesy of Martel.
Martel. Now, where have I heard that name before?
Weren't she the girl from the Furrows?
Course she was. An odd sort, that one. Loved plants more than people.
Aye, and brave as a bane might. Remember when she ran back into the hideaway to collect them trees when Titan attacked? Wait,
These aren't those apples, are they? Well, I'll be. She'd have been proud, and rightly so. Thank you, Sid.
Others weren't so lucky then.
A gift from the backyard. For your service.
Blimey, these take me back. I haven't seen a hideaway apple since. Old Sid was the only one who could stomach the things. He'd nab 'em right from the branch, make Martel livid. Not that anyone can stay mad at the man for long.
That sounds like the Sid I knew, all right.
Planning on keeping that lot to yourselves, were you? Hang on. These aren't Martels, are they? I'm glad to see someone carried on what she started. Can't have been easy, not any dead ones. Reckon she'd be happy knowing all her hard work didn't go to waste. Claude, tell the lad down in the backyard to run some over for me, will you?
Not so much as a thank you. Well, I've got some manners at least. Thanks, Sid. You can leave the basket with me. I'll see that the others get their share. Oh, and give our compliments to the gardener, won't you?
That was the last of the apples. I should head to the backyard and pass along everyone's regards.
A ver.
Clive!
And Sid. But he's still with us too.
Oh, same old. So,
¿Hay alguna?
look.
Efectivamente no. ¿Y tú qué eres?
Oh, Clive. Welcome to the Patron's Whisper.
The Patron's Whisper? Does that mean someone else is taking care of our friend's donations?
Oh, no, that's still me. It's just Karen has her toll, Blackthorn has his hammer. I thought a new name might liven things up. I still catalogue every item that arrives, in addition to setting aside those tokens of appreciation the sender has specified are to be presented to you personally. Would you like to see if we have any?
Vale.
Words are immortal.
Sí. Ah, no.
Business is busy. Still. Here's everything we've received and everything promised.
Ah, y puedo reclamar las dos. ¿no?
Here you are. You earned this.
Entiendo. Uy, pues qué guay. Vale. A ver, ¿tú qué me cuentas?
What's the matter, Nectar? The hunt board? It's where the curse breakers post sightings of particularly fearsome beasts. Those that might pose a threat to our operations if they were left to roam free. Just because they can't be dealt with when they're spotted, doesn't mean they can't be dealt with later. Was that what you wanted to know?
No enfadado. Ah, toma el culo, lo pide así. Sin cortarse un pelo.
Well, leaving your mightiness aside for the moment, the people of Valisthea are going through a lot already. What with the Blight and the war. The last thing they need is ungodly fiends terrorizing them on top of everything else. So if the curse breakers are too busy to help, then perhaps I can. Or at least I can try.
¿Y tengo que aceptarlas o cómo? Quiero ver cómo funciona.
I don't think so.
¿Y entonces? A ver. A ver, vamos a mirar el tablón de anuncios. Ah, vale, no las tengo que aceptar. Ah, vale, lo pillo. Pues... Una vez visto todo, vamos a entregar lo que nos falta. Guardamos y lo dejamos por aquí. Porque ha sido un directo, sinceramente, bastante épico, entretenido, divertido y variado. Hemos hecho desde misiones secundarias hasta principales. Toma.
The curse breakers send their thanks. And their compliments. They were clearly very fond of Martel.
They remembered her. After all these years. I suppose she was very kind, even to a tongue-tied lummox like me. You were one of the good ones, Martel. Why did you have to die? She put everything into her work. She wasn't going to rest until we had fruit sweet enough to enjoy. And now we do. When she died, I named a sapling after her. And now it's a full-grown tree. Martel lives on through the fruit it bears.
And through you. Her dream would have died with her, had you not kept it alive. That's something to be proud of.
I didn't do anything really, but thank you. You're kinder to me than I deserve.
By the way, Otto's expecting some of your crop. And I wouldn't mind some of it either, if that's not too much to ask.
Of course not. I'll see that you're both well provided for. They like your fruit, Martel. Isn't that wonderful? I'd say it's about time we planted you some siblings, don't you think?
Misión cumplida. Pues ahora mismo está prácticamente todo hecho, así que... ¿Ya iremos? No, obviamente. Anda. Yo esto no lo sabía. Boom. Y dominar 2000. Esto creo que ya sé que más, lo que me ha hecho, así que voy a esperar para pillar esto también. Es que es lo que más me interesa, la verdad. Pues mejorar... vamos a mejorar esto también, que lo utilizamos una barbaridad. Y no puedo ver por una casualidad mis atributos. En plan... Ahí está, inventario. Mira, ahí está, la tercera barra. Y con otro consigo 4. Pues sí. Yo creo que es lo más útil. Actualmente, entre las habilidades que hay es lo más útil. No sé por qué estoy subiendo aquí arriba, la verdad. Mira, desde aquí me gustan las vistas desde aquí. Así que cortamos aquí el episodio.